here. There you go. There's always seems some kind of problem when it starts. There we are. There you go. Gotta get used to this thing.
There's always seems some kind of problem when it starts.
All right, shut myself up and say hello, guys. How you guys doing? This, guys, is an announcement that this is no longer Shady Entertaining. My channel is now officially called Shaneology. I will get more into details about all that as more people come in, because I love to repeat myself. But yeah, so right now my channel is called Shaneology now. There's good reason for that. Hey guys, so let's see who I have right now. I got Kermit the Log. How's it going, my friend? Hail Kermit the Log. Obviously Black Hat Cinephile. I think I had DBS, Death by Saber, here as well. We did a really awesome stream with Fanatics of Film yesterday, where we really took apart this trailer. I suggest you guys watch it. It's a long one. It's a long one, but a good one. And bigger is better, they always say. So check that out. As it was a really fun one we did last night, and I think we took it apart really well. And it's kind of interesting because all the stupid talk about how well it's doing, and yet last night wasn't it you, Death by Saber, buddy? We tried to buy tickets online, and we wanted to see what seats were available, and we checked multiple theaters, and it was like the theaters were like bloody full. I mean, we're empty. And so we're like, what's all this talk about how much they've purchased tickets? It's a record. I don't get it. But anyway, so don't believe the hype on that one, because we did our due diligence last night, and we checked multiple theaters and tried to buy tickets on multiple theaters, and all of them were pretty much mostly empty. I think it was like 20 seats on one, and we were even talking about how I think Ben was talking about how the Last Jedi and the other one did so well, and the receipts were practically full already. But anyway, so I don't buy all this nonsense about them being full or being already bought out. So is my channel okay, guys? Because I feel like it's frozen. Is it frozen on your end? Let me know if I am frozen. Am I frozen? Because I can't tell. Oh no, I'm not. I'm good. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna talk about my channel quickly, and then I'm gonna give you my review. Thanks, guys. Black Hat Cinephile, thank you guys for coming. Wookiee Lives Matter, thank you for being here. My channel. This is the thing. I decided that I wanted to separate Shady Entertaining from the political side of things. I always felt like I was holding back saying exactly what I wanted to say a lot of times, because of the fact that I tried to combine a comedy channel with a political channel, and I didn't want the politics to interfere with the comedy side, right? And so I had this balance that I kept trying to make, where I didn't want to get too I didn't get to say exactly what I wanted to say on certain topics. I always held myself back, and then because I just didn't want, you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, and it doesn't work that way, and you end up going nowhere. And so I ended up kind of paralyzing my channel a little bit by sort of holding back my actual feelings on certain subjects, or trying to be a little bit too political at times, where I just want to have the freedom to say, fuck, shit, dick, all kinds of shit that I want to say and not care. I don't want to care. I just want to be free to say and do what I want on this. And so I decided to do this and rename it Shaneology. That's why it's called Shaneology, because it's more an opinionated channel, where I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. I'm still going to be doing some toy theater, but it's going to be parody, and there's probably going to be a lot more swearing and cursing and stuff like that. Now, Shady Entertaining is still existing now. I opened up a new channel where Shady Entertaining is just going to be nice, wholesome, clean, good old-fashioned comedy for everyone to enjoy. That's inoffensive and stuff. So I'm putting all my impressions and stuff on that video, on that channel. And I'm re-uploading some videos that, with a little tweaks that I've already done on that channel that don't belong here, but belong there. And so that's kind of what I'm doing here. Not to mention, I'm also starting a paranormal channel very soon. I think Thursday will be the first one where I'm going to be doing just a strictly paranormal channel, because I love the paranormal, like everything about it. And I want to have guests on live streams with your stories, and I want to hear your stories. So that one's going to be called Shane's Unexplained. So check that out on Thursday. So that's what I'm doing here, guys. That's why I changed the title. I changed the name. This one's just going to be for me to rant and rave and just get shit off my chest in any way I want. So don't worry about anything here on this side of the channel, because I don't care. This one is just let me go. So now that I got that stuff out of the way for my subscribers and people who care, now let's talk about the wonderful trailer that is the Rise of Skywalker. Yes, DBS, ghosts, goblins, aliens, all that kind of stuff. Area 51, all kinds of stuff. Figures it'd be Thursday, Wookie. Yeah, I don't know why I did. I just thought Thursday would be a good day for that. I don't want to do it early like I do these ones. I might try and do them at night. So I think those ones that would be more fun and scary and spooky. So I want to do it at night. So look for those ones more in the evening, later at night. And you guys are all welcome, because this is going to be a couple of things I'm going to do in that channel. Not just live streams, but I'm going to try and break apart basically evidence online and just pick out the best stuff and see why I believe it or don't believe it. I'm going to do that kind of stuff. Anyway, back to the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, how do I put this? That's the sort of blinkered Philistine pig ignorance I've come to expect from this non-creative garbage. Is the best way I could put it. Because you watch this trailer, and I was kind of what I expected, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't get angry. I didn't get excited. I was just sort of like, okay, it's a trailer, and it's the same people we've seen for the last few movies. You're not telling me anything. You're not giving me anything to get excited for. And it's just a bunch of random non-secular scenes that don't seem to add up or mean anything in the grand scheme of things. And then, and so just there was no interest. And there's some, and I will try to do some, because I'm going to try and be impartial, because people are like, oh, you're just a hater. I'm not just a hater. I want to like these movies. Sort of. I wanted to like these movies. Now I'm not sure if I can like these movies, because there's just such deep-seated anger that it's hard to shake. It's like you still kind of want to like it, but you're not sure if you can anymore. And it's like you almost have to turn a certain part of your brain. You know what I mean? To like this, you kind of have to go like, just gonna enjoy it. Not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna look for things to hate. I'm just going to turn off my brain and enjoy it. But then a part of me else is saying, screw that. You guys offended me in The Last Jedi. You don't care. You haven't changed anything. You're just trying to appease me. You say this isn't for me, that I'm too young for this crap. This isn't for my age range or whatever. And now I'm supposed to just pay my money to this. Screw you. I'm not giving you a dime. So there's this conflict within me. I'll go see the movie. I'm absolutely sure there's something that makes me want to, I don't know, someone's ass. Yeah. I mean, look, the trailer did give me something that I feel, the trailer did give me something that I did get upset about, a few things upset about, that were just sort of upset, not because of what they did, but upset in the fact that they insulted me in such a manner. And I'm not saying personally insulted me as a person or as a man or whatever. I felt insulted as like my intelligence was being insulted by this. Because what I'm seeing is just scenes that just like you're trying to force feed a narrative into situations. So like my brain doesn't process your stupidity. Like you're just going to throw this at me and I'm just going to be like, oh, that makes sense. Thank you. Because my brain doesn't know how to add 2 and 2 together. So of course this makes total sense. There was so many of those sequences in that trailer that I'm just, if this is the best you have as far as shots to show me, and this is and you guys are like, I hear Mickey sitting there going, oh, well, They'll eat anything. Just show them some action-packed adventure, and they'll just love it to pieces. I tell you. You know, they're gonna murder everybody. Looky Wives Matter says they're gonna murder Chewbacca. They're going to see. That's another thing. Okay, I'm gonna get to that really quick because that's why do I want to go see a movie that is outwardly telling me that they're going to kill. Okay, we already know Leia's dead. We know that she's dead. She's going to die in this movie. So, yay for that. I can't wait to see that scene. We already know. Now they've pretty much told us that blew that little mystery that C-3PO is going to die in this movie. So, yay, more good, gruesome stuff to look forward to. They said the rumor is that the Millennium Falcon is going to die. So, can't wait for that. You know, what is the point when they're just going to keep killing off more people? Because this is like it's grim. It's grim, and I have no interest in watching this grim tale of more death of our characters. I'd rather you not include them than kill them. And I'm pretty sure Lando Calrissian will probably end up dying in that yellow shirt that they throw him that he's been wearing ever since Solo, because he can't afford new shirts, guys. Poor Solo. I mean, poor I just feel so bad for him because his wardrobe must be like really lacking over the years that he's still got to be wearing that same yellow shirt that he wore in Solo, because we need to recognize him, guys. Because without the yellow shirt, this is how when I'm talking about insulting and embarrassingly insulting to a person's intelligence. He's got to wear the same exact outfit. Because we're too stupid to. Who is that guy? I don't recognize. Oh, he's got the yellow shirt. Oh, we recognize him now. He's the guy from Solo, right? Yeah, because the shirt's the same. The shirt is the same. So they're the same. Okay, good thing they made him wear the exact same shirt, even though he's overweight now and yet he still fits him snug. He just has a closet full of the same shirt. He loves that shirt to death. But so that's another insulting thing. Kill Chewie and you're gonna have someone fit in a theater. See, they're not gonna kill everybody right away, but I do think the intention is eventually going to slowly pass everything by. And that's why how do I drive up any interest in this? How do I feel on that alone, I'm just like, I don't want to go there to be disappointed. I don't need to be reminded that this isn't for me every time. So then and now when you hear people like, what's that idiot? The guy who was talking about, we went on a rant, something Junior. I can't remember his name. He's so irrelevant. If you guys remember the guy's name. Anyway, that guy that went on a rant about why we're, it's not for us and shit like that. You know, to me, it's like they keep saying that it's for kids. It's a kids movie. It's a kids movie. If it's a kids movie and it's not for us, then stop with the nostalgia, because the kids don't care about nostalgia. They want new shit. They're not going to look for the old stuff. So if it's not for our generation, what's with all the ass kissing? Like, what's with the little Easter eggs and the stuff that's nostalgic to draw me in? What was with that whole last teaser that was nothing but Freddie Prinze Jr. That's his name. Pretentious name I've ever heard. What's your name? I'm Prince Jr. I'm a prince. Princess Jr. is what his name should have been. Anyway, Freddie Princess Jr. Because it's okay. His gender is fluid. He's got a lot of fluids in his gender. So he's Freddie Princess Jr. Why not, right? Let's screw up with his name. Yeah, so if it's not for me, if it's just for kids, then what's the need? What's the need for nostalgia? What's the need to throw out old characters? Why do we even need Lando in this at all? If it's for who cares? Lando's nothing to the kids. Just throw out a bunch of old new characters that that the kids could like. We don't. So that's the whole thing. It's like, you can't tell me on one hand. That's where the con artistry comes from. It's like they want to tell you it's not for you, but we want you to show up. It's not. So don't get upset if it's for kids. But here's a couple of we're going to dangle some trinkets in front of you just so you guys, because you guys are child, you're like, oh, shiny things. We like things that remind us of our past. And then just as they killed them, we get all excited just before they kill them. So yay for that. Disney doesn't want us; they just want our money. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't care if you like it. I just want you to hand me over your dough and get the hell out of here. Stop talking bad about this crap. Just give me your money, god damn it. Soon they're not even going to bother making a movie. They're just going to put out a trailer. They're just going to have people go into the seats, have a bunch of giant bouncers shake you down for money, and then give you the bums to rush out. Why? What's all the pretense? We don't got to pretend. We're just going to throw out a trailer and the title, and then we're going to shake you down for money and get the hell out of here. Hollywood is run by retards, just like the world. Hollywood is run by retards. I think the term is considered what's the term now? They're mentally challenged. Hollywood is run by mentally challenged people. That is the more polite way of saying that. As is the world, filled with mentally challenged people. And I would agree that everybody in Hollywood is mentally challenged 100%. They appear to be mentally challenged. Everything that comes out of their mouth sounds mentally challenged. And they're psychologically challenged, emotionally challenged. Pedophiles, sure, let's throw that in there too. They're rapists and pedophiles, and we should throw up. What we should do is Trump needs to build a wall. What we're gonna do? Okay, we're gonna build a wall. It's gonna be a magnificent wall. We're gonna build it around Hollywood because Hollywood is nothing but a bunch of rapists, pedophiles who just they're just psychologically unsound. We're going to build a wall around Hollywood. Okay, it's going to be a magnificent wall, the best wall you've ever seen. And it's going to go, it's so big that even Freddie Prinze Jr.'s ego can't see over it. So, yeah. That's just a little, see, I couldn't do that joke before, guys. I was staying away from doing Trump because I didn't want to get political. So there you go. And not to mention, they are also very, it's okay. We've said all this stuff 1,000 times. We know what they are, who they are, what they are. So the thing is like, but the more insulting parts of these trailers is it's just the fact that they don't learn. They don't learn any lessons. They're not really paying attention to what people are actually saying. They're not sitting there going, oh yeah, this is, they're not listening to anything anybody's actually saying. They haven't been. They listen to what they want to hear. Microphalls. What is that? You have to describe that one. I mean, microcephals. What is that? I don't know what that means. Microcephals. I'm not religious, but if Wookiee Lives Matter says I'm not religious, but if San Andreas doesn't take care of California problem, God is going to have to apologize for Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, well, I can't disagree on that one. I've thought that multiple times. I thought that they shall be smoten very soon. We should have had the Mayans take care of them a long time ago. The Mayans should have gotten rid of them. I thought that was going to happen. I don't know. There's probably, the thing is, it's so weird because oh no. Well, you're in San Francisco and Death by Saber is in California, is in LA, so we can't build a wall around the whole place because there are good people that live there. It's unfortunate. Maybe just around Hollywood. Can we like the studios? Maybe we just surround the studios and they'll just smite those people. And anybody. There's just so much weirdness in that place that there's like a fog of audacity that they just whiff all day, emanating from their pores. They don't, and they can't see. It's a cloud. They can't see what's beyond the borders of their reality. And they're not, like I said, they haven't paid attention to anything that has happened. They haven't paid attention to anything we've said. They keep saying that's why their arguments are so ludicrous. If you ask any of them, and I've tried to ask anybody who was a fan of The Last Jedi or anybody who was an SJW, and it would just come on a live stream with me, I'm fine. I'm a decent dude. I'm not going to chastise you. I'm going to give you your chance. You can say whatever the hell you want. But if you have something that's actually half decent and smart to say, I want to hear it. I really want to hear it, because if you have anything that can make me like this franchise or like what's happening in Hollywood, I want to hear it. I want to like this stuff. But up to this point, I haven't heard anybody say anything with any actual intelligence, other than name calling, and that's what they go back to. It's you're a bigot, you're racist, you're sexist. It doesn't matter how many times I said I had no problem with the Force. When I first liked The Force Awakens, when I first watched it, I liked it. I stopped liking it as time went on, and then when The Last Jedi came out, I hated it because now it makes no sense. So now it's an absolute. It's not even a movie anymore because it doesn't make any sense anymore. So everything that was built from The Force Awakens doesn't make any sense when you compare it to The Last Jedi now. So now you can't even like The Force Awakens anymore because they don't connect in any form, in any way, other than the character names. Other than that, nothing makes any sense. So now I said multiple times that I liked The Force Awakens. I liked Rey. Liked Rey in the sense that I hoped she would develop into something. I even made excuses. Multiple people made channels and theories to excuse her lack of storyline, to excuse the fact that she's a Mary Sue. We were like, yeah, she's a Mary Sue now, but don't worry. I'm pretty sure they're going somewhere with her. They're going to give her a good story, and it's going to explain everything, and we're going to be fine with her, and she will no longer be a Mary Sue. They doubled down on her Mary Sue-ness in the second one without any explanation at all. And so now they're telling me that that I'm now a guy who supported her in the first movie. Suddenly, in the second movie, I'm now sexist. That doesn't make any sense. How do I support this? That's a female, but now I don't like her. Now I'm anti-woman just because Rose Tico's a horrible character. Haldo's a horrible character. You can't see. You guys are sexist because you guys cannot write a decent character. You guys are such, you guys are such mind-boggling idiots that you can't even sit there and figure out what a good character motivation is and what a bad character motivation is, or what a motivation is at all. Because half of these people don't even have a motivation. They're just doing things. And that's the thing about this trailer. It looks like people doing things. It's just, we're doing this, we're doing that. There's no connection. There's no connection, no cohesiveness. I'm just supposed to feel things that you want me to feel because, it's in the story. So you're going to feel this. How am I supposed to feel anything? I don't feel close to Rey at all. How am I supposed to feel close to her? I don't know her. She's running around going, people are telling me who I am. What are you talking about? Nobody knows you enough to tell you anything. Maybe if you knew anything about yourself, we would tell you about you, but you don't even know who the frig you are. And you're going on about, people stop telling me who I am. No one knows who you are. You don't even know who the hell you are. I had some really good theories before Last Jedi stopped making Star Wars videos after I was one of those that I used to love watching theories because I wanted to love it so much that I actually was looking at every theory going, I really like that. I like the Plagueis theory. Oh, I like this theory. Oh, could she be Anakin's child? Could she be, Obi-Wan's child? Could she be, Luke's? Whose child is she? Like I've said before, Rian Johnson just slammed the door on all of that. He slammed the door, locked it, and then threw away the key. So there was no way for us to even like this anymore. It was just it's like you want to like it because you want to like it. That's fine. You could find a way to like anything if you really want to, and you can find a way to hate something if you want to. But when you're actively trying to find reasons to like something and you cannot find it, there's a problem. And that's what I had. And that's why that's why I hate it when people say, "Oh, you guys are just sexist. You don't like it because you guys are feminist. Or you guys hate women in power." Bull crap, man. I wanted her to have a story. I wanted to like her. I was trying to find a reason to like her. But when you do what you did in so many, and then insult me at the same time, I cannot like this at all. And the more you insult me, the less I want to like it. And that's why here we are now in the third installment of this. And we still want to find ways to like it, sort of. I think sort of. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. I think we all could sort of agree. At some point, we want to love Star Wars again. We don't want to continue angry, hate, or be called haters. We don't want that. We want to like it. I want to find reasons to like it. But it's hard. You've tainted it so bad that like, aside from some magical, we like thing that they give us that just we can't even conceive of in our rational minds, because I can't. I've thought of multiple scenarios to, if they did this, would I like it? But if they did this, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all done that, where we've tried to find ways that they could have fixed it, and it's so hard because of everything that's gone on. Rather, besides just the movie, it's the way they've treated us. It's the way they've treated us on and off the screen. It's the way the actors have treated us. It's the way they've treated Mark Hamill. It's the way that they treated his character. It's a bunch of stuff. It's not one thing. It's not we're sexist. There's not enough men. Blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. It's not about that. Well, yeah, of course we gave up on it after The Last Jedi, because there's legitimately nothing left for them to tell. And everyone's like, I heard Doomcock go off on JJ, and I'm not saying JJ is he's not responsible for any of this. I think a lot of his stupid boxes that he didn't fill in the first one has a lot to do with this crap, because had he filled those boxes in the first place, it wouldn't have allowed Rian Johnson to come and troll, who didn't want to fill out any of them and just threw them all away. If he had just done a proper story in the first place, this shit wouldn't have happened. But when you're telling a story, which as a writer or a director, and you have so many influences, all over the place, we got to, the studios, we got to make sure the Chinese like it. We got to make sure that the feminists like it. Can't offend the LGBTQ guys. We can't offend, the color people. We can't offend anybody. So we got to do all these things, navigate all these twists. Oh, don't forget about the Star Wars fans. Oh, we got to make it kid friendly. Got to make it funny, because they got to hit these bars that Marvel hits. We got to make sure that works. And so when you're trying to navigate all of this stuff to make a cohesive story, it's damn well near impossible anymore. At first, when George Lucas made his film, he didn't have so much. I'm pretty sure he had some things he had to navigate, which is why he didn't want a studio to do the second movie. He had to adhere to a little bit. Hey man, Vincent Garzon, what's up, my friend? How are you? How you doing? Black Hanson said JJ is not as stupid as Ruin, but being less stupid than a complete moron shouldn't be qualified. No, I'm not. Again, I'm not saying he's good. I'm not trying to praise JJ by any means, guys. I am not a fan of JJ. I am not saying that I like him or that he's even good. What I'm saying is that he's taking blame for things that really kind of not really his doing alone. And let's be honest, I don't think anybody could have fixed this. And it's hard because, especially, first of all, the way Rian Johnson did it screwed everybody over in the first place. And then this movie now, what are you going to do? How do you fix this? It's impossible. It's so impossible. And so he's trying, and at least what I could say about JJ, this is the only thing I'll say positive from here on. At least it seems like he's trying. You know what I mean? Because he tried. It was like he failed in the first in the Force Awakens. Not he didn't fail, but he gave us at least something that we were excited for. So he sort of succeeded in a little bit. But then but at least he tried to give us something. You know what I mean? He tried to sort of give us something. Rian Johnson didn't even try at all. He didn't even try at all. He didn't care. It was just like carte blanche. I'm not going to navigate anything. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. And be damned. And if you guys don't like it, screw you if you don't like it. If 50% of the people hate my movie, then wonderful. And so, if you go in with any kind of attitude like that, at least, so now JJ is back to doing it and he's trying. He's going to fail. For sure he's going to fail because you can't fix this. And the problem is not only is he not going to fix this, I've said this before, he's going to, I think, turn away the people that did like it originally too, because you can't please everybody. And that's even said that and admitted it. Look, this movie's not going to make everybody happy. You're going to try and please everyone. You're going to please nobody at the same time. That's just what I think. I think is good. The Reylo people are going to be disappointed. I think the Last Jedi, who loved the subversion, is going to be dissatisfied. I think the feminists are going to be dissatisfied. from the look of the trailer, I don't see many girls that fix the Bechdel test, or that meets the Bechdel test. So I don't think that the feminists aren't going to be too happy with it. And so SJWs, I don't know what they're going to say, but I just think in general, it's going to try to please everyone and please no one at the same time. And I think the movie probably will do okay opening weekend, but you're going to see, I think, the second weekend, and it's just going to drop. And I think the totals will still be relatively high for a regular for a movie, like an average movie, but for a Star Wars movie, I think you're going to end up seeing a long. I think it won't make as much as Disney would hope it will make in the long term. So that's what I think about that. But there was just so many insulting things. Let's see. Are you gonna ban me? Why would I ban you, my friend? Why would I ban you? I don't ban anybody. You could say whatever you want. I don't ban people, buddy. I'm open, and even if you want to have a discussion and say things to me, I don't have a problem. I'm open to any form of discussion. Just because I don't ban people. I don't ban people's opinions. Even if I don't agree with them. So, white people, it's okay to offend the holy shit out of them. Well, yeah, that's obviously what's going on. We're talking about a world of racism, and we're trying to put away racism, but it's okay to be racist towards a group and sexist towards a group, while praising that you guys are woke at the same time, which is hilarious. I'm not saying there are competent people hiring more incompetent people. If just one person with authority there had sense, they could have prevented this train wreck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you could prevent this train wreck. Well, I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, it's like, where were the intent of Disney in the first place buying it? Well, I don't think. Let me just clarify this. I don't think it was ever going to be good. I'm sorry to say. I just think it was never going to be a good trilogy, by the mere fact that Disney bought it and their intentions. So, barring someone else who actually is a fan of Star Wars, wanted to make good content and do that would have been fine. But Disney's intention is not to make good content. Disney's intention is to make money, and do it quickly. They want a cash cow, and that's all they bought it for. They didn't buy it to actually put out a product that people could actually like. They didn't do it for the art, and they didn't do it for the passion. So the minute Disney buys the property in the first place, we were already set up for not very good movies. Okay. And I'm not saying they were going to be particularly bad movies, but just pretty much the average Marvel movie that you were going to get. So that's pretty much there. Rian Johnson, I think, was the one thing that just sort of came out of nowhere. And Rian Johnson is the one that just that little enigma that came out of left field, screwed over everybody. And I don't think anyone really expected even Kathleen Kennedy, I don't think expected this out of Rian Johnson. And that's sort of the weird thing about this for me, is because you're right. Like, going through that movie, I feel like they were overconfident. That's sort of what I'm getting at. Their overconfidence after the Force Awakens, and their lack of sort of respect for us as fans, and their winning streak with Marvel, Disney, that I don't think that they conceived of a scenario in which Star Wars could be destroyed, or you know what I mean, or the fans could have hated it. I think they were just running on such a long win streak, and then the Last Jedi comes out. The Force Awakens comes out, and it was kind of meh. So that I really feel like that they thought they could do no wrong in this, and that's why I think now, when they hired this rogue renegade troll of a director called Rian Johnson, who had all these weird, wacky ideas, and they were just like, well, if this is all, everyone was clamoring for something new, and you're going to give it to them, and they're just going to love it, and they were just patting themselves on the back. Oh, isn't this going to be wonderful? All the while, poor Mark Hamill's like, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. This is gonna be bad. Warning you guys, this is not gonna go over well. And they're like, it'll be fine, it'll be just fine. Everybody's fine. We'll make a ton of money because these guys don't care. They'll eat anything up, right? And they were mistaken. They were mistaken. That was like an uppercut that they never thought was coming. And now they're on damage control. Chickens with their heads cut off. They don't know what to do. Rhodes Rants, how's it going? How's it going, my friend? Lena DeRay, how are you? Okay, she says, how do you like the final trailer for episode 9? Palpatine in the physical shell and the flying throne in the second throne and the thorns at him. Second throne with thorns at him. Okay, so I'm going to get to this trailer first and foremost. I'm going to say what I think because I think I've already said most of it, but I will say this. Nothing excites me. I will say it is beautifully shot. Okay, beautifully shot. There's some scenes there that are just magnificent, and I'm in awe of a lot of the cinematography on this. So I'm going to start with some positive stuff. I am very at awe with some of that. And some of the, like, there was a sequence with the ice. I call it the Fortress of Solitude, and it was like a nice base with a reflection. Beautiful, beautiful shot. Imagery was on point on a lot of things, overly on point. But at the same time, I guess there was no emotional connection to anything. So everything that was going on, it was just sort of like scenes. I never felt this, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for moment. I can't wait for this to happen moment. This is the third in a trilogy, and I'm just sort of like, what am I seeing? What is she doing now? Why is she here? What is she there? Lena DeRay, I love the trailer, especially when Kylo destroyed Vader's pedestal and Rey was a Sith has a Sith dagger. Interesting. Why? Because I noticed that was Vader as well. And so you love the trailer, Lena. So that's fine. I'm glad you do. So we could actually have a discussion about that. So you loved the trailer and you liked Vader. Well, what are you excited for other than certain things? Like, what are you excited for specifically when it comes to a connection story-wise? What exactly are you excited for? Like, are you excited to see? Do you want to see Kylo and the Reylo thing happen? Are you excited for that? Do you not feel that maybe Palpatine has no actual connection to Rey? So why is it like, you know what I mean? Like their final conflict seems a bit shallow to me because I don't see a connection there. It's just so rushed that it just seems like there's no, there's no personal connection. There's no anger or malice personally between the two, which usually a story kind of usually has when you have a protagonist. There's always a personal interest in this, so that makes the conflict a little more engaging. But there isn't. It's just a cold sort of, here we're resurrecting this dead guy now to fight you. So what do you think about that? Because I like Death by Saber. You said it is kind of clickbait. So let me know, Lena, what you think about that, because I'm interested to know if you do like it. I want to be convinced to like this too. So help me. Because I don't know. I want to like it, but I'm having a hard time, and I can't find a way to do this. So other things I didn't like too was the R2D2. Sorry, C3PO is going to be they're doing something to his. They're going to deactivate him and I think reactivate him as a battle droid. And so he says, "I want to say goodbye to my friends," and then turn on my eyes, please. I want to see my friends for the last time. And so, his eyes, I guess, wake up and he sees a bunch of people that are just sort of friends. You see what I mean by sort of insulting? Because these aren't his friends. They should have given, the scene should have had, first of all, foremost, right in the beginning, R2D2 is his primary friend. That is his number one best friend. Should have been there, right in the front, R2D2. His best friend, his compadre, his, who knows, for decades. I mean, for centuries, and they've been together. So that should have been first and foremost. Secondly, Leia should have been there because they spent a lot of time together. The rest, we know Luke, the Force Ghost, might have been there. I don't know. But the rest, but for us to see the three, the Rapofin, which I like to call them's there just sort of standing and watching and going, we're your friends. You're not my friends. You're kind of like acquaintances, really. I would like to see my real friends. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. So they're like, they're not around, so we're kind of all you got, So, that's sort of what I got. Like the forcing a narrative, the forcing of an emotion that doesn't exist, sort of bothers me in that. Like the trying to make me feel something that I don't feel because I can't. There's no build up to this. I don't know their relationships. Even if you say there's been years in between, so they built up a relationship. I can't. I still, in order for me to feel something, I have to sort of be part of that along with them. And I haven't had a chance to be part of that because the ball was dropped so badly. Again, other things, the horses riding on the thing. I don't know what that is all about. I'm trying to consider. I've been trying to figure out some sort of narrative explanation as to why horses are riding on a ship, and I can't think of anything that makes any sense unless they were already on the ice. When you see the ship rise above the ice, and and then they were already there on the ship as it rose up. And they're like, "What the hell is this?" And they rise up through the ice, and they were already there, so that's how they ended up on the top. I mean, I don't know how else you a bunch of horses ride there and make it sense. See, again, you could like this movie if you want to take this part of your brain that reasons and you want to shut it off. And there's a lot of times people do. You do that for a lot of movies. You do that for the Fast and the Furious. You do that for Transformers movies. There's a lot of movies. I did that for the Justice League. I mean, I'm a person who actually liked the Justice League, even though I knew it was a horrible movie. It was a terrible movie, but I still liked it. I knew logistically it was garbage, but it somehow was fun, and I gave it a pass just because I just didn't. Maybe it was my expectation was so low that I didn't care. I just enjoy for what it is. And I guess maybe from that perspective, you could sort of like shut down, that part of your brain that wants to care, and then enjoy it for what it is. And that's fine. That's fine if that's what you want. I don't think this movie is overtly trying to offend anyone, so at least there's that. And I think I think it might be trying to, except for that weird thing you just said, destroying Vader's pedestal. I really want to understand why they're destroying. Because where is that anyway? Just out of curiosity, because it was a very sanitized white room. I would like to know where that Vader's pedestal was. Why would they? I want to know what that's all about. Because that was a very weird place. Fake Taxi. How's it going? A droid leader. Who else agrees? What did you say here? I also heard that Palpatine could be returned in a new trilogy. I think it's time to make something new, guys. Don't you? I mean, I'm talking to the people who like it, right? Don't you not think it's something? It's time, like, not to say we should let the old die, but I think we've done the Palpatine thing. Create something new, Plagueis or something that we haven't seen before. I would like to see that. I'm tired of rehashing old things. I think the new generation needs something that they can claim that's theirs and make it new and stop trying to rely on old characters that have had their time. The Palpatine had his time to shine. He died. It's done. Let's create a new character, somebody more imposing or as imposing, but in a different direction. Is Shorty R2D2? Who else agrees? What did you say for people to agree to droid lead? Oh, here you go. I think C3PO will be a droid commander in the back. There's a droid commander with a yellow head and implanting something in C3PO. Maybe going to activate droid factory and make him a droid leader. Possibly a droid leader. I don't know. I at this point, sure, I could see that. But I don't know. You missed my other comment. No, I think I read that just now, if that's what you think. I mean, if he's a droid leader, obviously, in order for them to do that or to go to that lengths, it proves that they're kind of hurting for soldiers, right? So they need to activate droids as far as, I guess, to combat, I guess, the fact that they're outnumbered. So there must be something that that's there. So I guess he has to make the ultimate sacrifice. It is a bit hard though, because the droids, the original droids, they were able to move. They could transform. They could turn into balls. They had a lot of mobility. We know that, C-3PO can't even move his arms in any way. I don't even think he has the capability to actually run or shoot anything. So I don't understand how this will work. That's sort of my take on that. It'd probably be a lot easier to plant a bomb in his head and explode him. Just because I don't see how he's going to do anything. He can't run. He's kind of awkward. He doesn't have any mobility. So to make him a battle droid, doesn't make any sense as far as actual practical sense. From my perspective, anyway. Is it an interesting idea in principle? Yes. But in actual practicality, I don't see how that works unless they completely transform him into something completely different. But I don't see that being the case, as he's got the red eyes and he looks the same. Still hope for the appearance of a ghost Anakin. Sure, why not? I hope for the legendary. I hope that we see ghost everybody. I want to see, why not? Hey, let's throw caution to the wind. I want to see Force Yoda, Force Obi-Wan, Force everybody. Just all the Force ghosts, all the old Jedi come back. Even Force Han Solo, which doesn't make sense. Just have Force Han Solo come back too. Just because, why not? At this stage, I don't care. Let's just have fun. If that's the point, if that's all we're here to do at this point, let's just throw caution to the wind and have fun, and why not? Because at that point, we really have to stop expecting anything from a movie like this. Because I think expectation for this kind of movie, if you want to go in and like it, and if you still want to watch it, if you're that type of person, then I guess having an expectation is the worst thing you could go into with a movie like this. And then maybe you could find some enjoyment in it, the way I found with Justice League. No one wants to see Reylo. I want to see more action. Maybe Windu is going to finish the Emperor. I want to see Reylo happen. I really do. At this point, I want to see Reylo. Not because I like Reylo, not because I think it's smart or makes any sense. Why the hell not? It's just at this point, at least Reylo will show me where Rey is as a person. Because at this point, she's a nobody. She has no character flaws or personality. She doesn't have any motivation. She doesn't have an attachment to anybody in particular. So to have her actually like someone and fall in love with someone is at least semi-interesting. So while I rejected Reylo off the bat because it didn't make any sense story-wise at the beginning, now I'm just like, why the hell not? At least it'll add some interest to her story, and this movie's already going to fall flat anyway. So might as well, as far as actual like the only character that she seems to have a bond with is Kylo Ren for some reason that they've created. Which shows me when she does turn into a Sith, if she turns into a Sith, or it turns into goes dark with the Force, which I don't know if that's actually going to happen or if that's just a dream. At least then I could say, well, she was bad all along, so why not? And it makes sense in that one. Kylo, a wife beater. Kylo is a wife beater. Yeah, why not? They'd be beaten. She beats him more than anybody. She's the one who's the wife beater in this relationship. And there's another thing. This brings me to another point. Their little final duel on the top, like that, the little duel in Palpatine's throne room, and I'm looking at it going, so it's like Rey doesn't give a crap. Why if I'm Rey, I'm like, and Kylo Ren comes in, Kylo will be like, it's time once again for us to have this final battle, you and me. This is it. And she'd be like, not really. I don't really care because I beat you 2 other times and I wasn't trained. This time I'm a bit trained. So I'd say, but you're not really worth my time. I'm going after Palpatine. Maybe he'll pose an actual threat to me. But see you later, though. It was a good, maybe we'll kiss later or something. I don't see any need to have them fight because I don't sense like the way Luke lost horribly to losing his hand, He looked embarrassed after the Empire Strikes Back. He took a big beating in the chin, a shot in the chin. He knew he had to come and up his game and do better. Whereas there's never been that moment where you thought that she couldn't handle, Kylo Ren. So their battle at the end is just sort of like, oh, here we go again. You guys just going to slap sticks together and pretend to spar. And then at the end, you guys are going to somehow, I don't know, she'll probably kill you somehow. And then it'll try to be emotional. Or maybe he'll kill himself protecting her, which I could see probably going to happen. I kind of want to see if Rey fall to the dark side and burn down the entire galaxy. Well, you mean, so basically she's going to be the Khaleesi? so Rey is going Khaleesi. Maybe that would be interesting, right? Rey just starts hopping on a dragon and starts burning children. Because Kylo Ren, who was her brother, doesn't love her, and they didn't want incestual relationships, so she went nuts. Now they look like they're playing around, like sparring. Well, they do. They look like they're playing around. They look playing around and sparring. That's what it looked. Even Death did. What was his name? Doomcock had a thing where he showed it up close, and they're, and they were not really actually fighting. The choreography is pretty weak, and they always forget that when they're doing lightsaber battles, that they actually have the Force, which is kind of funny. It's okay. I'm royalty. Black Hat Cinephile says. I'm Superman leader, ruler of the galaxy. Rey, be supreme leader and rule the galaxy, but do it nicer. Kylo, show me how. Smooch, smooch. Rey, but I'm your sister cousin. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We have, and that's why it's okay. I'm your royalty. That's my point. It's like at this stage, we should know their motivation, right? We should know where they're going, where they're headed, what drives them, who they are, their relationships to each other. This is sort of the conclusion to the story. This is not the conclusion. This is now we're going in this going. Anything could happen at any time. Who knows? Relationships can change up and down. Anything could be anything. Anybody could be anybody. Any relationship could be. At this point, Finn could be gay. We don't know. At this point, you know what I'm saying? At this point, Finn could go back to being a stormtrooper. Who knows? We don't really know. At this point, anybody could be anything because nothing else mattered up to this point. Nothing matters going forward either. So they have one movie to fill in what two movies should have done. And I know someone said that JJ wanted to do 2 movies, and probably they should have. But I'm pretty sure Disney just, I'm tired of this trilogy. I want it to end so I can start Mandalorian. Because I'm pretty sure that's where they're hoping for now. Finn is the son of Lando and Leia. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly. Everybody's suddenly going to be related to everybody else for some reason at random. And don't count out the going back in time, because I still believe they're going back in time. You know that shot with all the ships that you see, that really giant poster with, like, this that looks like a I don't even know where all the ships came from. There's this giant thing of ships just coming at them. You look at the Millennium Falcon in the center, and he's got the round dish. Why does it have the round dish? Shouldn't have the round dish. It should have the normal square dish that it had the last 2 movies. So what if she goes back in time and recruits a bunch of ships from the past? The fleets from the past to come to fight from the future. And so you bring back the Millennium Falcon from the past. You bring back all these ships from places in the future, past, present, who knows? And all of a sudden they're now coming together to this final battle. Because Rey's a time traveler, and I can go back in time, and I can use the Force to say, come and help us in the future. Or maybe Doc did that. We need to see an AT-AT in this movie in 4K. Can we? Okay. See, that's my point, guys. We're still hoping to see same shit. I mean, we've seen AT-ATs. We saw a beautiful sequence with AT-ATs in Rogue One. We saw AT-ATs, type of AT-ATs in the last one. I want to see new stuff. I'm sorry. That's just who I am. I want to see I like creativity. I like going forward. And George Lucas said that himself. He wants to see new creations, new ships, new not just not just the same thing bigger, but something new and an innovation that takes it in a different direction, but in a nice direction, not subversion tactics, but take it into a new direction, something that is interesting and cool, but new, not something that's just rehashed. I mean, haven't we gotten to that point yet where we're just sort of tired of seeing the same thing over and over again? You know what I mean? Like, how many times do we need to see an AT-AT? Maybe we could see something better than an AT-AT. Like, if they actually put their creative mind forward and come up with something cooler than an AT-AT, I would be much happier with something like that than to say, oh, I really hope they bring back these ships from this episode. I really want to see, an AT-TE? Sorry. An AT-T. Sorry, I got to figure that out. Sorry, guys. I thought you said AT-AT. Am I wrong on that? Oh, that one. Sorry. Yeah, but again, the same thing applies. It's the Walker from Rogue One, or it's the Walker. Sorry, I'm my bad. I will take that all back. Sure, why not? If it's something I haven't seen before, then cool. Then take back everything I just said. Sorry, I thought it was a typo that you went to say AT-AT. So I apologize for that. The iceberg is Bespin Cloud City, but frozen. Ben implies that iceberg is Bespin Cloud City, but frozen. So they froze an entire cloud, is what you're saying? I don't even know if that works scientifically, but if it does, fine. I just sort of want to see. I just sort of wanted to see new things, new innovations, not just bigger or different. I would like to see new and again, seeing with the horses, it's like, again, why horses? Why not if you're going to do something like that, why not use creativity and make creatures that don't look like horses, like that look like something that is actually cool, like a bird creature of some sort, and they're flying around. Wouldn't that be much like a dragon creature or something like that they could fly as opposed to drive, which makes more sense than riding horses? Wouldn't it be, but is it cool that we need horses? Something that flies would be pretty cool. Something interesting in that direction. But it's always like they have this need to, like, whatever we can't. That's why I'm saying by Disney doesn't care about making a good movie. They just want to make a movie that is not as offensive. That is not offensive. They screwed up. They screwed up the second one. I think they were overconfident and they screwed that up. This one though, it just seems like they're trying to just, again, the same thing with JJ. It's not having innovative ideas. And you're not going to see an ATTE. I don't think you're going to see one in this. I mean, I'm looking at it. It's actually a pretty cool thing. I actually really like it, but which I think was there in the original, the prequels. But I don't think that you're going to see anything remotely like that. I mean, maybe if they go back in time, like I said, they'll bring back all these old tech. But again, that's for nostalgic purposes, and I'd like to see new. But they're not going to be new. It's all going to be. That's why I'm saying it's like at best, my expectation for this movie is extremely low. That I'm just going to go into. If I go into it, I haven't decided yet. If I go into it, I'll be sort of like, all right, well, it wasn't as bad as the originals, the other one, so I can't hate it that much. But I'm definitely not. I doubt I'm going to go into it excited and wanting to see, in any way. And not to mention just the sadness that I'm going to get seeing Leia die, seeing the Millennium Falcon get exploded, seeing Luke fade away for the last time, seeing C-3PO exploded or die in a battle. Chewie, turning full vegan. I don't really know if I want to see any of that. That sort of depresses me, and I'm not sure I want to see that in the theater. I don't know if I want to. I've already done the death thing. I've done the death thing 2 movies ago. I just want to see some fun things going forward. And there's some fun sequences. Some action looks good. The cinematography looks good. I am interested to know Palpatine's story. There is at least some interest there. And I do kind of feel sort of interested to see if they do go full out Raylo, but only out of like a perverted need to see it, not because I think it's good. But other than that, that's what it is for me, guys. I hope that going forward, once this is done, because I think it'll make money, it'll make its money back. But I don't think it'll exceed expectations. I think it'll either meet expectations, but I think it most likely will just fall short. Death by Saber says Justin Trudeau won the second term. Yeah, that proves there's no God. Yes, Justin Trudeau won a second term. In Canada, though, guys, that's expected. I think every single prime minister has won a second term. It's almost like Canadians just give you a second chance. We're nice people. We know we don't like him, eh? But we'll give him another chance, eh? He learned his lesson, eh? We'll give him a second chance to do better, eh? But this time, he didn't win a majority, which means that he doesn't have the power he had in the first term. So he's kind of going to be reined in a little bit. So even though he's still the figurehead of Canada, he has to negotiate deals with the other side in order to pass laws. And so because he doesn't have the support of everybody, and he lost a lot of support from Canadians, and so therefore nobody trusts him anymore. So even though he was probably by default the best candidate there, just because nobody knows anybody else and it's hard to trust, we don't like him. We still didn't trust him enough to give him an actual majority vote. So at least there's that. Mini Chewbacca is going to turn into Rug or something. Well, yeah. And just have Rey put her feet up on Chewbacca at the end and just nuzzling her feet. I really miss Chewbacca. That's why I stuffed him and put him in my room. And him and her and Kylo Ren are, having breakfast at their nook, in their breakfast nook together. That's how the movie ends with them, creating a new Jedi, the ultimate Jedi. That's a lot of blackface for a politician to get away with. Yeah, but people have mentioned, guys, that the blackface, nobody believes that I've even spoke to black people who did not care. They actually said outwardly they didn't care. There was a black lady who was pretty vocal when somebody came up to her and said, "What did you think of Trudeau's blackface?" And she was like, "I don't care. I love him. What he did in the past is the past." And so forget the past. Kill it if you must. That was his slogan. So I know, but that because he's been such a social justice warrior to a lot of people, I think that people don't buy the fact that he's racist. I just think that they thought it was just a stupid thing he did as a kid and moved on with it. Which is the case, right? It was a stupid thing he did as a kid and moved on. But I mean, I still don't like Trudeau. I don't like him. I don't trust him. I didn't vote for him. So, there's that. But unfortunately, we got 4 more years, and hopefully he will. People will tie him up, and he won't be able to do and say and act the way he did in the past. And I think if more things come out in the open, which it probably will, because I do believe he's a phony. I do think he's a fraud. But I think we're gonna have to catch him doing something really, really bad, like in the recent times, before they would drop him or get rid of him. So, but I do think that this will probably be his last chance. I don't think that he will get another one. 4 more years. I think this is it for him anyway. But now we got the American election coming up, so I wonder what's going to happen with that one. That's pretty interesting there. Because that's going to be the big brouhaha. Anyway, so that's what I have to say about The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker. I don't trust that they're going to have I don't trust they can do anything wonderful with it. It's just going to be meh. And I am a bit insulted. I will say I am insulted that a lot of the stuff that they're trying to force feed us. See, on one hand, they say it's not for me. On the other hand, they're trying to kiss my ass. So if it's not for me, why are you trying to kiss my ass? Number two, you're force feeding narratives that don't make any sense. You're trying to force feed an ending with Palpatine when the characters have no connection, unless we find out, I want to tell you something, Rey. I am your father. Or your grandfather. You're not my grandfather. Yes, I am. I porked your mother. Now I am your grandfather. Or something like that. I don't know. And so I think unless there's that little nugget that they throw in there at the end, it can't be. You're not my grandfather. I am. Look inside you. You know this to be true. Okay, so Wookiee Lives Matter says, I guess we're going back to the politics. It's Trump and the wackadoos are gonna do something stupid. Yeah, well, I can't say it's out of the realm of possibility. I've said there's two things that are going to happen if Trump wins the second term. Number one, either it happens the same way with Nixon, and they just go hard. They go hard and try to find something. They find something, and then they just beat him down to the point where he completely just lose, or they just beat him down to the point where he just completely can't handle it anymore and quits, or then they get demoralized and they quit. I think it's the two extremes. You're going to see they hammer him way harder till Trump gives up, because he's a human being. And I know people, well, Trump won't, but he's a human being, and a person can only take so much abuse and so much, not abuse, but you know what I mean, so much before they themselves start, feeling like I'm done with this. Or then the SJWs just get demoralized and just quit or give up. So one of the two is going to happen. So that's how my prediction. Ray's toes would be good. So you want to see Ray's toes? You got a foot fetish here, just like on the Wookiee. I'm guessing you're talking about her toes stretching out on the Wookiee's back. When they've made him into when they've made Chewbacca into a carpet. They haven't found anything for years. If he was dirty, they would have found something for real by now. Well, again, I'm not saying they're going to find anything for real. What I'm saying is they're going to find something, like they've been these circumstantial things, and they're going to continuously hammer him until he gives up. I think halfway through his term, he's going to have enough. I mean, he's a human being. He's older. He's not going to. I don't think that anybody, me personally, or anybody, could have the stamina or to deal with all of that. Eventually something's going to happen, a heart attack, or you know what I'm saying. I don't want to think that way. I don't want to think that. Maybe it's my cynicism about it, but I feel like humans are human, and we can only take so much, and to consistently be bombarded over and over and over again. The stress takes its toll, and my thing is he might quit halfway through. I mean, Nixon quit. He didn't quit. They wouldn't impeach him because they found Watergate. He quit because he couldn't take it anymore. Watergate was huge. They found it, but he didn't quit after that. I mean, they didn't impeach him because of it. He just couldn't take it anymore. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to find a Watergate, with Trump, but at the same time, I think the same effect of the constant hammering of him might actually happen. Or, like I said, the other extreme, whereas the SJWs just like they give up. They're like, we're not going to bother. Maybe they all move to Canada and kiss up. Trudeau won again, my hero, and all the SJWs come here. And if that's the case, and you guys are going to give us all your SJWs, I'm moving. I don't want this to be. I can't take that. In Canada. Believe it or not, I'll be like, nope, too many SJWs moving to Canada. I'm out of here. Well, okay, that is something I said in my last video, and FYI, guys, I'm making a toy theater video about this after this, where I'm doing multiple skits and making fun of the trailer. So, or doing a parody of the trailer. So, guys, look forward to that. Hopefully. By tomorrow morning or tonight. So hopefully it'll be done. Yeah, I noticed that exact same thing. It's like Rey is never dirty. She's wearing, I'm wearing white. and a little bit of light blue. But I guarantee you, none of the stuff I'm wearing is going to be clean by the time I'm done with dinner. I'm going to have a nice ketchup stain here. I'm probably going to have the coffee all over. I can't get past a full day with white clothes without finding some dirt or some smudge. The fact that she can go through 3 movies without a scratch on her face, all her limbs are going to be intact. She's going to have no scratches, no scars. She's barely even wet. Like you said, she's misty. We're going to call her Misty. She's in the middle of waves crashing, and she only gets misty. The force bubble of dryness surrounds her. And then you see Kylo coming out of this wet cloud, all like disheveled and wet. And he's just like, you're going to have to beat me now. Like, really? She's wet in a different way, Kermit the Log. She's going to be wet later on, when the Raylo happens. Then she'll be all wet. I'm wet. You want to know where? That's what we're going to see from Rey. She's wet with the Force. But yeah, she's definitely. Hang on a second. My computer is dying, so I need to plug it in. I need to recharge myself as well. Yeah, I watched that sequence and it bothered me too because she's completely, and you know that she doesn't, and the minute she walks into with Palpatine, she's the exact same way. She's completely clean. So even in her battles, I assume that that's going to be the last battle, her and Palpatine. That's my assumption. So if that's the last sequence, because with her and Palpatine, that means she's already fought, she's already had the battle with Kylo Ren. She's already done all that stuff in the training. And she's now entering Palpatine, and she's still clean. She's still got, no smudges, nothing. So, and they want us to like her. How that's what I mean. How do you get me to like this person? How can you get me to like her? You can't. You can't even give her a flaw. You can't even smudge her clothes. She can't even have a Tide pen and just do this for 5 seconds so that we can believe that she's a human being. She might as well be a Force ghost herself because she's impenetrable. So might as well make her. I have this announcement, everyone. I've always been dead. I've been a Force ghost the whole time. Dun dun dun. And then oh my God, I see dead people. Right. So I really think that like again, that's another thing that takes you out of the movie, and it's insulting to our intelligence that someone could go through all that, barely wet, barely messed up, barely dirty, not even a scratch, no rip, no nothing. No, nothing can penetrate her. She's the unpenetratable one. So anyway, she doesn't even have a dirty mind. She doesn't love. She doesn't care. She doesn't love anything. She just cries for no reason. And for some reason she hugs Leia, and she embraces Leia too. She just embraces her like, I'm really gonna miss you. You and I had so many times together. The times when we embraced the last time for no reason. We just did so much together when you were alone with Luke, and then came last minute, and now it's just our relationship is just so strong. It's just nothing makes sense. A bunch of non sequitur scenes that are just thrown together that looks, doesn't this look cool? Doesn't this shot look cool? In the end, it's nothing. It's nothing. If Mickey Mouse ended up being the villain at the end, as opposed to Palpatine, I'd like it better. So he just takes off the robe and is like, ha! You thought I was Palpatine. I do a very good Palpatine impersonation. Ha ha! Now you're going to see the real emperor around here. Ha ha! The Force is strong with me. And Mickey's the one who Force chokes everybody to death. You can fight anybody, Ray, but you're not fighting Mickey. Ha ha! So, oh boy. Anyway, yeah, that's what I feel. Anyway, guys, sorry, I have to go. I'm actually late. I was supposed to meet my wife. So, I completely forgot. Someone, if you don't hear from me for a while, guys, you'll know what that's. You know why that is. Somehow I'm finding my way in the doghouse. I was supposed to be here at 5 o'clock. It's now 5:10, so I gotta go. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please check out people's channels: Kermit the Log, Wookiee Lives Matter, Black Cat Cinephile, Death by Saber. Go check out our scene-by-scene analysis last night that we did. If you want to see more on, I think it's on Death by Saber's page. Go check our live stream there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And guys, please go to Shaney Entertaining and subscribe if you like my comedy and my comedy content. I really could appreciate your it's like starting from scratch for me, guys. So please check that out for me. Please subscribe and help me out there, because the more subs and it'll help grow it again to where it should be. So like I'm starting from scratch with Shaney Entertaining, so I'm going to need your help a little bit on that. So please, if you can, go to Shaney Entertaining, type it up. Maybe I'll put a link on the thing, and give it a sub there as well. And also look for Thursday, where I will be posting my first ever Shaney Unexplainy, or Shane's Unexplained. Sorry. So check that out when it comes as well. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming. As per usual, I will see you all later.